Here's a list of things I woke up very angry about that I think you should also be angry about. It's February 2026 and it means we have exactly 1 year till the Nigerian general elections, and Nigerians are simply not angry enough for me. So I wrote a few reasons for us. In no particular order, as at February 16th, 2026, Nigeria has the highest number of hungry people on earth. We currently have 31.8 million people with acute food insecurity in this country. We are number one. We come before Sudan, we come before Congo, we come before Bangladesh, we come before Yemen, we come before Afghanistan, war-torn countries, by the way. As at February 12, 2026, the national budget for 2026 shows that Kwara budgeted 10.3 billion for new cars in 2026 and only 203 million for school facilities. But I guess that's even better because last year it was 3.7 billion for new cars and 16 million naira for the school facilities. Oh, and while we're still talking about Kwara State, let's not forget that they killed over 200 people there. And our president didn't declare a national day of mourning, didn't fly the flag at half-mast, no emergency broadcast, no victims recognition. Guess what he did do though? The very next day he attended a wedding in Kwara. Oh, and when shortly after that they killed another 160 people. Still radio silence. January 27th, 2026, 128 billion naira was missing from the Ministry of Power. But that's not all. We don't have lights. The person that stole 128 billion is planning on running for governorship next year. While we're still on the topic of power, Aso Rock is now completely off the grid. The Aso Rock presidential villa is to fully disconnect from the national electricity grid by March 2026 following the completion of its solar power project. They're boldly telling Nigerians that they've left them for Adilabu, our 128 billion guy, and his epileptic electricity. Have you seen our 2026 budget? Because last I checked, there was 1.2 billion allocated to furniture. National Sports Commission plans to spend 49 billion on anniversaries and celebrations and 710 million on a sports database. Borno State, as in Borno, Maiduguri, Sambisa, Boko Haram, yeah, they have a budgetary allocation for terrorist rehabilitation. Borno State. Do you remember last year when about 200 people were killed in Benue and the president went to do a condolence visit and they arranged school children, primary school children, under rain to welcome the president? Yahaya Bello, who has been under investigation, has been granted permission by the Federal High Court to go to Mecca and pray. He stole 80 billion plus naira. Go and pray. Oh God. Out of the 36 states in this country, less than 12 states have MRI machines in their hospitals. I'm saying the entire Benue state doesn't have one MRI machine. I honestly really dislike talking about the health sector because if you've lost a loved one in the hospital due to lack of amenities, this is probably a touchy one for you. We have the lowest life expectation in the world at 75. So if you're 28, you've already used half of your life. You probably have been shouting up NEPA from when you were small up until half your life. We have the highest mortality rate in the world. Second highest under 5 mortality rate in the world. Out of the entire budgetary allocations, it's 36 million naira that went into health. More recently, we have seen the electronic bill, kiniko for elections. Money running into trillions of naira. They're talking about network issues. A 2-term senator, 1-term governor, 1-term House of Reps member came out to say, there is no network coverage in my village. I vote no to electric transmission. Nigga, what? And every single person in that video who voted no to the live transmission of election results was an APC person. The P in APC stands for progressive. Mind you, in 2022, INEC came out to say they had 93% connectivity. But just before they did this House of Assembly thing where they voted for the manual and electronic transmission, they said it was just 30%. So it was 93% in 2022. All of a sudden in 2026, it's 30%. January 30th, 2026, Wike said, how would we buy vehicles and construct roads if we bring out the whole money to pay allowances and wages? Bear in mind that Wike is currently owing salaries. And when the people protested for unpaid salaries, Wike got a court order. Wike is threatening the people who protested with a court order without paying them what they have worked for. Sometime last week, I can't remember the exact date, Boko Haram literally came out to fact check the government and told them to stop doing propaganda. It was reported on the news, Sahara News, I believe. If I know anything about Nigerians, is that there's going to be at least one person in the comments fighting like a rabid dog for a government that genuinely does not care about them. And that's definitely a choice. They refuse to give us water, we dug boreholes, we made electric water sources. They refuse to give us electricity, we bought generators, we bought inverters, we installed solar panels. They refuse to subsidize fuel, we left our cars at home and started jumping buses and flying bike. They refuse to build schools, we pay an arm and a leg to go to private universities with God complex. And they're going to keep praising our resilience and gaslighting us to continue adapting to suffering because it benefits them. I refuse to believe that we are outnumbered by idiots in this country. I genuinely refuse to believe that the number of idiots in this country are more than the people who genuinely want better living conditions for us. If a president is truly working, you don't need 4 years to see it. Give it 100 days. That's how powerful the presidency is. I know this because the week Yemi Osinbajo assumed power as acting president, we felt it immediately. That's how powerful the office is. So if anyone is still telling you to calm down and relax because Tinubu is fixing Nigeria after 4 years, believe them if you want. I mean, it should go without saying that if your country is doing worse than Sudan and Yemen and Pakistan, you should be resigning, not campaigning for a second term. APC borrowed more, taxed more, generated more than any government, yet they have borrowed more than any single government since independence of 1960. This current government will bury this country if we don't stop them. This is just a very short, very random list. There's a lot more where that came from, so we can turn this into a series if you want. I really just hope that you're even a little more angry than you were before you started watching this video.